Just explain this for those users who were Foursquare users or know about Foursquare. You split the app in two, effectively. Why did you do that?
Yeah, we did this last year. The primary reason was that we realized that there was two main use cases in Foursquare, that there was a lot of people that were using it for search, and there was a lot of people that were using it to check in, but very few people were using both at the same time. And I think the big trend now is to move towards simpler, lighter apps, and so that was really a lot of the thinking.
So now that you've done this transition, which app is more popular?
It's interesting. About a third of our existing user base is using Foursquare exclusively. About a third of them use Swarm exclusively, and about a third of them use both. So it's kind of like really justifies a lot of our thinking going back into that.
When I teed up this segment, I mentioned what Facebook is trying to do.
Sure.
What do you make of what they're going to do and what that means to your company in terms of competition?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, we've been around about 6 years or so. The company's doing really well right now. Fourth quarter last year was one of the biggest quarters we've ever had. But it's interesting that in those last 6 years, we've seen Facebook try to do what we're doing many times. They try to copy us with check-ins and with nearby search, and now with the places thing that they're doing. Our big thing is like just keep doing the stuff that we're really passionate about, which is helping people find their way to amazing local businesses. We do a really great job at that, and we have a ton of users that use us for that purpose.
When you think of your competition, do you think of Facebook as the competition? Do you think of Google Maps as the competition? Do you say Yelp is my direct competition?
Yeah, it's really anyone that steers people towards local businesses. A lot of it, I think, is like a lot of people use Yelp every day. And so when we explain Foursquare to people, a lot of what we say is, hey, do you use Yelp? Well, Foursquare is like a much smarter, much more personalized version of Yelp.
When you think about your business, what is the end game? If you had asked me, I would have thought that you were going to sell to a Facebook, to a Google, to an Apple, probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Now the world has moved in all sorts of different ways. Sort of, where is your place in it?
It's interesting. Like every year, the company gets a little bit stronger. Like we're generating more revenue this year than we were the year before, and like every year, you can see this path to how the whole thing actually works out, where we could be independent.
But we're still talking about revenue growth. We haven't talked about profit growth yet.
Not yet. But like if you look at where Facebook is, what are they? 11 years old. Where Twitter is, I think Twitter is like 10 years old. We're just 6 years old. So we've got a couple more years to get there, but we can start to see all the pieces coming together.